Sense here. Okay, so we have one more subject, and this might not pertain to a lot of you because it's pretty like deep and geek here, but
I think it is not in everybody's like forethought, right? Like you're not consciously thinking about this like the way that we do, but I think this does speak to everybody.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, as you know, you're watching the Boss Battle show. Mm-hmm. Have a good night.
Yeah.
Today, just started today, is ToyFair 2017. Mm-hmm. For those of you that do not know, ToyFair is basically the E3 of collecting and toys. It takes place in New York every just before spring, and today was the start of it, ToyFair 2017, and there was a lot of really cool stuff revealed. And the reason we want to talk about it because we're really big on nostalgia here at R24, and there was a lot of fantastic things happening in toys, specifically from one manufacturer that we want to kind of focus on. Mm-hmm. But yeah, ToyFair 2017 is happening. A lot of cool stuff has been revealed. If you're into like Star Wars toys or anything, there was a lot of stuff happening there. But more particularly, we want to focus on Super 7, mm-hmm. who is a smaller toy manufacturer, but they make like the reaction figures. They're very retro, and I think their motto is, when we grew up we wanted certain toys, nobody made them, so now we made them.
So yeah, we just did it ourselves.
So we did it ourselves, which is funny because every time they put out a new toy, all three of us are like, man, that's what I would have made if we went into making toys instead of stupid shitty YouTube videos.
Totally. Gordy, do you want to pull up their website and we'll peruse some of their current stock and we can talk about it, because we either own and or will own some of it here very shortly.
It's true. Yeah. So one of the lines I'm actually really excited about, from the 80s, there was a line called m.u.s.c.l.e, mm-hmm. which stood for something.
Wait, you guys want Reflection series? Who did you want me to look up?
Go to Super 7 store.
Oh, Super 7, yeah.
But also look up the toy line m.u.s.c.l.e, because I can't remember what the anagram or whatever that is for it is. And if you're like in your 30s, you'll probably remember these toys.
Mm-hmm. They were similar to like Monster in Your Pocket.
Actually, they were original. Monster in My Pocket ripped off m.u.s.c.l.e.
Yeah.
Monster in My Pocket came out in 1993. m.u.s.c.l.e. was a straight 80s toy. And it was actually based on a Japanese anime, I believe. Gordy, you have a better mind than I for these things.
In terms of the anime, I don't know what came first, but I do know there is an anime. I don't know the name of it.
I'm pretty sure it was an anime first, and they were like, oh, check out this dope Japanese cartoon. Let's make shitty little nondescript figures for American kids.
Yeah, no pain.
And don't give them any cartoon.
Yeah, pure imagination. Yeah. Load up the imagination. It's time to go. Let's see here. Checking on chat. And all the mention is about suicide silence.
Gordy, you work on that. I'm going to Google the m.u.s.c.l.e. toy line.
Okay.
All right. Pull it up, Gordy. Get it on screen. Let's see what we got
here.
Put
it in this guy right here.
Yeah, that'll work.
Here it is.
So, one of the things that obviously tickled my heart very much is they have a Street Fighter 2 line that is fantastic. Like the 3.5 inch?
3.75.
Yeah, 3.75. Ooh,
the
very specific.
Classic 80s G.I. Joe Star Wars figure size.
Right. And they have that for Street Fighter. I personally own the Ryu, of course.
It's true.
Yeah. They're reasonably priced, but they're not like...
In our ongoing battle
like
to keep
cheap.
buying each other shit, I pre-ordered the shirtless hot Ryu Funko Pop, and then that got canceled. Mm-hmm. So then I was like, man, what else could I get for Tim that's sick?
Yeah. Gordy, can you link that? Can you put that in the chat?
Yep.
And then so I found these, and they're super cool. You guys can't see them, but I have like a whole wall of their reaction line right here, which is probably a way cooler background than anything that we ever stream
It's
on. Getting there,
yeah.
So the m.u.s.c.l.e. line that I was going is actually, in Japan, it's called Kinkeshi. Is extensive popular line of collectible erasers, an instance of modern Japanese culture, Japanese popular culture institution of keshi.
Okay.
So
they were tiny erasers, but then they made them like a molded rubber type of a thing instead for us.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
The line was launched in Japan in '83 and licensed in 1985 for the American market as m.u.s.c.l.e., which used harder rubber than Kinkeshi. Cool.
Awesome.
Interesting.
I still don't know what m.u.s.c.l.e. stands for. Oh, here it is. Muscle, millions of unusual small creatures lurking everywhere. And so anyway, that line...
Very nicely done, guys. Very nicely done.
That line died out in the 80s, like shortly after its inception. But now Super 7 has bought the rights, and they're releasing Muscle, but for other brands. Like they've got Street Fighter muscles coming out. Gordy, if you click back, or you can show them there. I don't know what screen you're on.
I'm going to pop it up.
Okay, so they got Street Fighter muscles. They've got Mega Man muscles. They just announced today at ToyFair. There's Robotech. No, they don't have Robotech muscle.
They will.
No, that's the reaction figures.
No, I saw him in the Muscle.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, that's where I saw him at, actually. They're doing a whole line of Robotech from, like, was that, like, 84 or something like that?
Gordy can tell you that probably more. And then
but what's cool is I remember, like, I had these because they were cheap, and, like, when you bought them, like, you got, like, 3 toys at once. You know? So it was like, oh, look at all this. Like, I can actually play, you know?
They have Masters of the Universe, which I'm super hype on, and they have Alien from... You know, our favorite movie of all time.
Alien.
Back to the Future.
Man, you know what's crazy is like, so I was watching that and NECA, right? One of the other huge toy makers for adult children like ourselves. Alien is like still one of the most popular toys that you could possibly make. Like you make like a little xenomorph and people are like, I'm gonna buy it. Like they just don't think twice. Like I have to own that. I don't know why.
And I don't know if you saw it.
For hosting us.
Who?
Mike Mint.
Oh,
Mike Mint. What up, dog? I don't know if you saw it or if I sent you because I was overwhelmed with toy news today, but it was NECA. Yeah, NECA. So you probably already saw it.
Yeah.
But they're releasing a DC versus Alien.
Yes.
And they showed off
Is that based on a comic or is that their own crossover?
I can't remember. There's something that's out there that's Batman versus Alien, Batman versus Predator. But they one of the things they showed off was Batman versus the Xenomorph. But the Xenomorph paint scheme is Joker. He's white with a green head and like purple tail and stuff. And I was like, oh, shit. You want to see it, don't you?
No, I saw a picture and somebody mentioned that. I did not see a picture of that specifically.
Oh. I'll pull it up on my private computer so the stream can't see it, so we can just like dangle another apple.
And just
over
like just like trust us, it's cool. You have to buy it.
Yeah,
buy this image for $60.
There it is. No, that's not it.
That's not it. Or it? Yeah, it is. He's got lipstick on.
Oh yeah, yeah. Tell me that's not dope.
Thanks, Mariano Tekken, for hosting our.
Oh, thank you so much, dog.
That's what I was saying. Is like. Now I have to buy that. Damn it.
It's like a comic.
That's what they do.
So not only, and Gordy, if you switch back over real quick to the video overlay, that's kind of just shows like a mixture of stuff.
Game night?
No, the overlay. The fucking just random discussional video.
Gordy, use the overlay.
They're all called overlays.
ToyFair.
Oh, okay.
Topic.
Yep.
Oh, there you go.
And just let that roll. It shows Storm Collectibles is coming out with some new Street Fighter stuff, and I totally lied to you earlier about how much they cost. They're actually $55.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about like there's kind of like a sweet spot for like the adult children of how much you're willing to spend on that. And like,
why are you guys so sexy? Fuck. It's impossible to know. I mean, we were made in a lab specifically to make men hard.
Orochi, hello.
Orochi, Ono, what's up, dog?
No, so what's crazy is like, so like they're, for instance, these toys here, right, are like action figures of Killer Instinct characters. And they're relatively, I mean, they're price-wise, they're at a good price point. Like, weren't they like $40 at their peak for these?
These?
Yeah.
Yeah, these were $39.99, I'm pretty sure.
And then they did half off sales.
I bought every one of these for like $10.
They do all kinds of like buy one, get one and that kind of stuff for these Killer Instinct figures here. But like I don't ever buy like the $99 statue ones. Like I only buy like the actual action figures that are more in like the $20 range tops. Even like above $20, I start to kind of back off a little bit. But the $55 for the Ryu figure, that's kind of rough.
Handy Pino, how long does the show go for tonight? This is our final topic of the night, and then we'll just kind of goof off and probably tell more inappropriate stories and shit. So we'll probably be live for like a little while longer.
Yeah, it's not gonna be crazy long because we want to play Disc Jam.
Adam, did you see the biggest Decepticon toy that get released? I did not. Feel free. We disabled Nightbot being a slut about links. So if you guys want to link like cool stuff that you saw, go ahead and do that.
Yeah, we trust all you guys.
Except for that link, I guess it's still being
Except for that link, Sasquatch,
So,
get it together.
my bad.
God.
So I guess don't link anything.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's still a thing.
I wonder what we've got to be missing something.
It might not be Nightbot. It might be a setting in Twitch.
It might be Twitch.
Yeah.
Yes, Twitch has that auto feature now.
Right.
Sorry about that, buddy.
Yeah.
God damn it.
But then these guys are adding to this line, right?
Yes. So Ultimate Source.
Yeah.
Right now they do the Killer Instinct line. They're adding 3 new. The Spinal toy I think is either out or coming out. That big set with like the pirate ship background. And then they're launching.
I really want one.
I just, get it.
Yeah. It's
I'll wait because I'll mark that down too for sure. Yeah.
Like if they do like half off and that's like $45, that's a steal.
I think it's only $60 as a full price. I thought.
Let's double check it. I saw it the other day for like $90. That might have been like a reseller or something that had one or rights to one, I guess.
Yeah, they're releasing 3 more of these. There is a Orchid, Cinder, and TJ combo, the Black Edition. And I'm stoked about that. I think it's a really cool line. I wish they were a little bit more posable because I know that I'm an old guy, but I still play with my toys. Like I open every toy I get generally, unless they're like old. But like sometimes in like the dark of night, like I'll be like, man, it's time to have a fucking lightsaber battle, and I'll get on my shit and get fucking weird. I got no shame. But let me tell you, let's talk about something real quick. So Gordy and I, as many of you know now, have been friends. We're going on now. I think this year will be 31 years we've been best friends.
Y'all old.
So, we've seen it all.
Seen nothing left to do here, guys.
Powers together, like. But let me tell you,
I'm 55.
I might be a little biased, but I feel like that Gordy and I had like some of the most epic adventures you could possibly have with figures and other things. Let me clarify, that's not sexual. But
sounded pretty sexual.
Yeah, it did. Well, so Gordy, do you mind if I like divulge some of our like history?
Our secrets are like techniques to proper role play as kids.
Right. So when we were kids, like Gordy and I would get together and we'd be like, what do we want to do today? And kids would probably be like, do you want to play with toys or should we like act out adventures? And we called that, because generally when you're kids, we love the 3 3/4 inch figures, Star Wars and G.I. Joes and stuff. So we would be like, if we wanted to play with toys that particular moment, we'd be like, do you want to play Joe's?
Look at this. Their site's all completely down. They pulled everything off of Amazon. And if you click here, it just tracks to Google.
They're getting ready to relaunch some shit.
Yeah, it's going to be big.
But we would be like, do you want to play Bodies or Joe's? Bodies indicated, do we want to like act out adventures and shit, because we were using our bodies. Joe's meant like any line of toys. But man, we fucking had just the most insane adventures. Like, damn, dude.
They were pretty epic. Like, we put in, there was pre-production to
There was pre-production. We wouldn't just sit down and play like fucking dumbass kids do now. We would sit down and we would write backstories for all of our characters like a movie, and we would play, and our adventures would be so epic that like when my mom would call down, she'd be like, guys, it's time to stop playing. We would like hold up our imaginary adventure controllers and press pause, which would freeze the adventure, and every toy, battlefield, whatever, would lay in place. And then the next day we'd pick it up and finish it off. And we would name our adventures. We would have like sequels to our adventures, like Hodel Film Productions. It was like crazy. Like,
there's literally no difference from that to what we do every weekend now.
Oh yeah, true.
Like nothing.
Balut Bandit, thanks for going Ronin.
Oh, Balut Bandit.
It's definitely not Balut.
You know who hasn't done the weird obnoxious horn noise yet?
Gordy.
Yeah.
He's like, what?
It sounds like when your air horn's running out of air.